Now, South African police in Cape Town are investigating reports of minors involved in sexual activities in an area called Parklands. Civic organizations in the area have lodged complaints following the circulation of videos and voice messages on various social media platforms. Now, in some of these videos, young girls said to be aged under 18 years are seen parading at a nightclub in Parklands. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana joins us live for more on the story. Athi, very good afternoon to you. Really shocking revelations that we're hearing, especially as President Cyril Ramaphosa has just been speaking about children not being given the opportunity to be children, to play, and instead being exploited. Tell us more about this.
Well, Mpho, just to talk to this particular story, I want to give you a response that we have just received from the South African police. We had inquired about the reports that have emerged on social media about minors, particularly girls aged under 18 years who have been seen on some of the videos and voice notes circulating on social media who had been allegedly involved in sexually charged activities. I want to read to you a response that we have received. After a couple of days of inquiring with the South African police, they have finally been able to give us an official response to say that an inquiry has indeed been opened, and there is a specific unit that has also been roped in by the South African police. I just want to go through the response. It says that this particular matter is now being looked at by the South African police, and that it's given attention with the addition of serial and electronical crimes investigation. That's the SCSI unit, the SECI unit, rather. This is the Serial and Electronic Crime Investigating Unit from the South African police, given the fact that some of the evidence that probably will be collected by the police is through electronic modes. Of course, some of these videos have emerged on social media, so this particular unit has been roped in. They also go further to say that they're also working with various other departments, which includes the Film and Publications Board. They're also working with the education sector. They're also looking at roping in some of the schools from which some of these minors come from. I can confirm to you that through our investigations here in Cape Town, Newzroom Afrika has been able to be there when the South African police visited one of the schools from which some of these minors are from. And I can tell you that police have spoken to the school principals. They've also spoken to this particular school that I'm alluding to. At this stage, we can't give the name of the school, given the fact that it would be then identifying the minors involved. The police went to the school. They spoke to the school principal. They're also in talks with the parents of some of these minors who were seen in these videos. They're also in talk with the South African civic organization, SANCO, as well as the South African Youth Council. Those are just some of the organizations that have opened an inquiry with the South African police. They went to the South African police to open a case, but what police are telling us, particularly with this very complex matter, as they put it, is that no case has yet been opened, but an inquiry has been opened following the complaints that were lodged by these civic organizations, including political parties. You understand that the EFF also came to the police station to open a case. We also understand that the Land Party, which will be demonstrating outside the police station here where we are, they're also one of the political parties which have raised concerns about what has been transpiring here in Parklands. And so just to give you a brief background then, to the story, we know that they are saying that they are complaining about minors being lured into this community where they're being allegedly promised money. And they are telling us that often they are promised an amount of 1,500 rands in exchange for sexual activities. We know that some of these minors have been identified. In fact, a couple of days ago, through our investigations, we spoke to the Community Safety MEC, Regan Allen, who confirmed that the Department of Social Development is in contact with one of the minors. So one of the minors have been identified, and they are probing that particular particular case with regards to that minor. There's not one incident, Mpho, that I'm referring to. There's several incidents which have been captured on camera, on cell phone cameras, and that they have been circulating online. And so various departments have now been roped in, particularly the Department of Social Development in the province, given the fact that these cases involve minors. I can tell you of another very worrying video clip that we have seen through our investigations, Mpho, which points out to explicit video images of young children being allegedly involved in sexual activities. In that video, you can actually see a man whose age is probably way older than what one can actually imagine. That man's face is identifiable. Some of the organizations that we've been speaking to have been able to identify even the house of one of these videos to which we saw one of the minors coming out from. We also, through our investigations, were able to be there when the police visited one of the homes which has been seen on these videos, but police did not conduct arrests at that particular house. What they did is, to our understanding, is that they actually searched the house, asked some questions from some of the men who were at the house, but came out and said that they will be continuing with their investigation around this matter.
Really frightening revelation, a developing story, of course, as Team Mtongana reports there with some of these disturbing stories around minors being involved in various sexual activities. We will continue, of course, to bring you up to speed with the developments in that matter. Let's take